invite Mr. Samit Singhai, co-founder from Truscholar, for the presentation. Mr. Samit, can you join us on the stage, please?
A very good afternoon. I think we had a simplest lunch, and probably let's take on to a very revolutionary solution, Truscholar. I welcome all vice chancellors, educationists, and all the enthusiasts in the education domain. And I'm glad to present Truscholar, which is a verifiable credential issuance platform. This helps all institutes, universities, edtechs, e-learning platforms to issue a verifiable digital claim to their students. And when I say verifiable, there's a lot of trust that goes into when I say it's verifiable. So before we move on, let's do a small exercise probably. I believe we have all intellects over here, and probably everybody would have a smartphone in their pocket. So can you please take out the phones out on the table, please? We'll quickly do this in another 10 seconds. And you can unlock your smartphones. Maybe you can hold it high so that I can see it out. And then now you're supposed to pass on your phone to the person sitting next to you. Yeah, so definitely nobody would like to do that because it's health information which is crucial, personal to us. Photos, documents of our near and dear ones. So that's the level of trust I was talking about. We need verifiability of credentials as a very important aspect when we try to present it to anyone. And today, the way we do verification is quite age-old way or method of doing that. And I think COVID already, have migrated a lot of processes which were offline to an online stage where everything can be really delivered to the student and even make him ready to embrace his future nicely. So let's move on and take a quick look on what Truscholar is all about and how it can really help institutes. Can you help out? Okay, can you move the slides for me because I think it's not working. So maybe we can have the next slide, please. This is not working, so maybe you can move the slides manually from there. Check it out. Claims in circulation in the industry, and today it stands at 28 to 30% of claims which are in circulation, which are not up to the mark, and that kind of hindrance for corporate houses to really have a blind faith on whatever credentials are presented by students to get into a new job domain. At the same time, if you see with the digitization impact and the COVID impact on education industry, embracing digital technologies is really, really important. But I believe, and I'm very scared that when you say, if we still continue the way we used to give credentials, this number would skyrocket because there is no clear means of verifying those credentials online. And you would raise a generation for the next decade which may do develop a habit of lying on their credentials or their achievements or their skill sets, which they are not up to the mark to the industry. And that's one of the reasons. Maybe the next slide. Yeah.
You can press this button.
All right.
It will go forward. Like this. Or back say,
Cool. Thank you. So we talked about the various current issuance process, which is really plagued with, a lot of resources that goes into making a physical certificate handed over to a student. At the same time, it also consumes a lot of cost factor to it. And with digitization, probably if we embrace the very next generation technology, probably we can make those credentials as immutable forever. So we at Truscholar have pioneered this solution, which is a very disruptive, and we have been providing a SaaS-based infrastructure to universities and institutes so that they can issue a immutable, shareable, verifiable, and also portable degrees. Now, when we meet a lot of people, there was always a question that what if you guys are not working for a long time? And what if I have issued one certificate to a couple of students, and since it's not available, probably it's based on open batch standards, which means these certificates are portable and the service provider are just the host. I mean, it's typically the same way probably how you port your mobile numbers by changing your service providers. And if you look at from the student point of view, it makes a huge impact in student's life. It gives him one single login to hold his lifelong learnings. And I think we have already, entered into an age which is called lifelong learning age, where reskilling, upskilling is mandatory, and that's how the future job skills looks like. So it helps them to share those certificates based his own will, which complies to data protection guidelines. And he can also do selective disclosures based on whatever information he deems fit to be shared with any prospecting employer. I will also show you some of the prominent features that has gone into the last 15 months of development of the product. So you can, we have integrated a Canva-like tool which helps you to design your brand guideline, the way of digitizing the certificates that you want to fill and give it to the students. It's quite easy drag and drop editor that we have built in. Then, as I talked about open batch standard. This talks about how a credential and what kind of metadata should be encrypted on it. So it typically holds who has issued this credential for what skill set, who has received it, when it was received, along with the timestamping details. And this is an open batch standard followed by every university, every college out of the world. There's a lot of, I would say, features which can help to improve your processes, and bulk issuance, bulk download, which makes it easy and flavor of the month, so that you can do things very fastly. Well, we know we live in a digital age, and I've been talking about it. And what does mean that the new millennials live on probably on the networking sites. That's how they grow their network. That's how they even find their dream job, and that's how probably they also work from home using those technologies. However, we need to also understand social media is not just important for networking, but this is also a marketplace where students kind of connect and show their skills to prospective buyers, employers, I would say that. And once you share a certificate over social media, probably it stands out as a testimonial to the institute itself, because he is not only talking about an individual gaining certain skill set or competencies that he might have learned from an institute, but indirectly he's trying to say that, hey, come look out, if this institute is churning out students who are very good at a certain skill set, and that's kind of bring a lot of visibility, brand visibility to the institute itself. We also have providing a skill-based skill gap analytics dashboard, which talks about, since you would be putting your courses listed to completion for making those certificates, we are trying to give analytics to it and to tell you that what are the skill sets which are being preferred by corporate houses as they are doing the verifications, or which are the skill sets which are more popular in the student community. So a lot of short-term courses which are introduced to have a blended learning into your curriculum. You can understand what are the skill sets which are in demand. Yes, we are the only one which are integrated with DigiLocker, and that's kind of take away the hassle for you to do it separately. The moment you issue a digital certificate on Truscholar platform, we help you to send one DigiLocker compliant certificate to the students, so that student can fetch it from their DigiLocker account itself, which is absolutely free of cost. A lot of things that we are building is white labeling your email, so that whatever communication is happening between you and your students would feel like it is coming from the institute itself rather than any third-party portal. A couple of extraordinary features that we have been developing in the last, I would say, 3 to 4 months, and it talks about multi-language capability. We have a very rich and diverse culture, and probably we are very proud of it. And I believe unless and until you also make that available as an easy tool to issue certificates in any spoken language or written language that you might know, could really add value to our offerings. We are also building a lot of API integrations, because we believe digitization and embrace of technology is penetrated quite a lot in the industry, and offering API integrations with your LMS ERPs, which would even take away some of the burden that you would like to put as a data entry point into the platform itself. Then we also are doing custom domain mapping, which would kind of give complete white label solution to you, so that what is evident, what is visible to all others, particularly your students, is typically your branding. We were able to onboard 200 plus institutes in past, I would say 9 months, and a lot of prominent deemed to universities, institutes, edtechs which have onboarded with us. We have been awarded by Best Startup of the Region 6 months back, and we have been also part of a lot of Tech Fest events happening in the education sector. So in short, we are helping all kind of education institutes, right from universities to institutes which may be affiliated to certain universities. We are helping e-learning platforms, edtechs, professional training academies to make a meaningful impact of the courses that they are offering to, which becomes very visible to the world outside. Thank you very much, and we look forward to onboard you. Thank you.
Thank you, Samit. Thank you for your presentation. I would like to invite Dr. Tabrez Ahmad, Vice Chancellor, GD Goenka University, for present a token of appreciation to Mr. Samit. Big round of applause for Samit. So our next industry presentation is by Upgrade. May I invite now